Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, afternoon, and evening to Miss Rina. Today I'm going to make a video presentation about derivational and inflectional morpheme. So, what is the definition of derivational morpheme? A derivational morpheme is a type of morpheme, the smallest meaningful unit of language that is used to create new words by changing the meaning or grammatical category of a base word. Derivational comes from derive, meaning to form something new from something else. A derivational morpheme is added to a root or base word to derive a new word. The process is called derivation. When to use derivational? Use derivational morphemes when you need a noun, verb, adjective, or adverb form of a word. Use derivational prefixes or suffixes when you want to modify the meaning of the root. So why is it important? There are 5 important elements of derivational morpheme. One is they help create new words. Derivational morphemes are one of the main ways we expand our vocabulary by adding prefixes or suffixes so we can form entirely new words from existing ones. Second is they allow flexibility in expression. Derivational morphemes let us use the same root word in different grammatical roles. So in helping us build more precise and varied sentences. The third is to change meaning in systematic ways. Derivational morphemes allow us to add meaning, for example, re, pre, or change meaning. For example, in predictable patterns. This helps speakers understand new words even if they've never heard them before. The fourth is to show relationship between words. Derivational morphemes correct words with shared roots, revealing how ideas are related. The final is essential for language learning and development. For language learners, understanding derivational morpheme improves vocabulary growth, word recognition, spelling and pronunciation, reading and writing skills. These are the examples of derivational morphemes. The word freedom comes from free, which is adjective, and dom, which is suffix. So this creates another word that is a noun word. The second is befriend, with be, which is prefix, friend, which is noun. So when combined, it forms a word verb. Next is strengthened. Strength, which is noun, and which is suffix. So when combined, it forms a word verb. Next is hopefully, hope, which is verb, full, which is infix. So when hopeful is combined, it forms adjective word. But when combined with li, which is suffix, it forms another word, which is adverb. Last is amazingly. Amaze, which is verb, ing, which is infix, when combined forms adjective, but when combined with Li, which is suffix, it forms adverb. Next is inflectional morpheme. An inflectional morpheme is a bound morpheme that modifies a word's form to express grammatical relationships such as tense, number, possession, or comparison without creating a new word or changing the part of speech. English has 8 inflectional morphemes: as plural, as possessive, as third person singular verb, id past tense, in present participle, in or edit past participle, er comparative, is superlative. When to use inflectional, first is to show verb tense or agreement. Two is to show plurality in nouns. Three to show possession. And four is to compare adjectives or adverbs. What is the difference between inflectional and derivational? Well, inflectional changes the form of a word to show grammatical information, whereas derivational creates a new word with a new meaning. Inflectional meaning stays basically the same, derivational meaning changes noticeably. Inflectional shows tense, number, person, degree, possession, or comparison, whereas derivational forms new lexical categories. These are the examples for inflectional morphemes. Hippo become hippos, which is as plural form. Teresa's dress, which is form possession. Karin speaks, which is third person singular verb. I am winning, which is progressive. Prettiest is superlative. Next is part 2, which is case study. Case number 1. In this case, the writer uses theories from books by Leonard Bloomfield called Language, established 1933, and Mark Aronoff called Word Formation in Generative Grammar, established 1976. Bloomfield defined the morpheme as the minimal form with meaning, the smallest unit that carries a function or meaning. Aronoff argued that morphology isn't just a part of syntax or phonology. It is an autonomous system in the grammar that has its own rules and structure. So the sentence is, I don't like going to crowded places, but my friend likes them. There are a total of 16 morphemes. I is free, on, bound, like free, go free, inbound, to free, crowd free, it bound, place free, is bound, but free, my free, friend free, like free, is bound, and them is free. The prefix on means negation, reversal, or opposition, which explains the speaker doesn't like crowded places. The suffix "s" in places means plural or more than one, and likes means third person singular present tense of friend. Next is case 2. In this case, the writer uses theories from books by Peter H. Matthews called Morphology and Introduction to the Theory of Word Structure, established 1974, and Andrew Spencer called Morphological Theory, established 2013 with Arnold Zwicky. Peter, Peter explained how derivational morphemes change lexical category or meaning, while inflectional morphemes only change grammatical features. Andrew showed how derivation creates new lexemes and inflection creates word forms for syntax. So there are four words. Manage becomes management, talk becomes talking, hope becomes hopeful, play becomes played. Management is a derivational morpheme, talking is inflectional, hopeful is derivational, played is inflectional. For for inflectional explanation, talking differs from talk because it uses present participle, means it is ongoing. Meanwhile, play differs from play because it uses past tense, means it has been done in the past. As for the derivational, manage, which is verb, meant, which is suffix, so when combined, it becomes a noun. Hope, hope, which is noun, full, which is suffix, so when combined, it becomes adjective. Next is case 3. In this case, the writer uses a theory by Jeffrey Leach from the book A Linguistic Guide to English Poetry, established 1969. Leach examined how historical developments in grammar and semantics influence literary style and interpretation. So one word went can be explained by regular morphological rules because because it's a suppletive irregular past tense form. Borrowed historically from another verb. The word went comes from a different Old English verb, went done, meaning to turn or to go. So over time, go lost its original past tense and when replaced it. Suppletion is the use of two or more phonetically distinct roots for different forms of the same word. It is a type of irregular inflection. For example, suppletive plurals from men to men. Comparative or superlative, which is bad, becomes when bad, bad becomes worse, worse becomes worst. A theory by Andrew Carstairs McCarthy, paradigmatic morphology, explains that suppletion is a lexical gap-filling phenomenon. A word's irregular form is stored to complete a morphological paradigm. Few and mental lexicon suppletive forms are lexically listed but paradigmatically connected to their base forms. Next is case 4. In this case, the writer uses theoretical perspectives by Noam Chomsky and Maurice Hale. They apply headedness or endocentricity to explain how compounds are structured within syntax and phonology. They integrated Bloomfield's structural terms into generative morphology, linking head-dependent relations to formal grammar. There are 4 words: greenhouse, blackboard, smartphone, and pickpocket. Green is free morpheme, same goes to house, same goes to black, same goes to board, same goes to smart, same goes to phone, same goes to pick, and same goes to pocket. Greenhouse is an endocentric morpheme. Blackboard is endocentric too. Smartphone is also endocentric, whereas pickpocket is exocentric morpheme. A greenhouse is a type of house. House is the head and green is modified. Blackboard is a type of board. The head is the board and black is the modified. Smartphone is a type of phone. The modifier is smart and head is phone. Pickpocket refers to a person who steals from pockets. It refers to something from outside. A stress pattern, for, for example, for greenhouse, primary stress on the first element, which is a structure for growing plants, whereas in greenhouse, primary stress on the second element, which is a house that is green in color. This stress difference signals whether we interpret the two words as compound or a descriptive phrase. The last case, which is case 5. In this case, the writer uses theories from books by Leonard Bloomfield called Language and Mark Aronoff called Word Formation in Generative Grammar. Bloomfield defined the morpheme as the minimal form with meaning, small unit that carries a function or meaning. Aronoff argued that morphology isn't just a part of syntax or phonology. It is an autonomous system in the grammar that has its own rules and structure. A word unbelievableness. Un is about morpheme, free. Believe is free, able is bound, ness is bound. So unbelievableness is a derivational morpheme. Believe, which is verb, able, which is infix, so when combined it becomes adjective. But when combined with un, which is prefix, it's also stay adjective. But when combined with ness, which is suffix, it becomes a noun. So what is the difference with derivational and inflectional? Once again, derivational morphology creates new words, such as happy becomes happiness, adjective to noun, modern becomes modernized, which is adjective to verb. Whereas inflectional morphology creates grammatical variants of a word without changing its lexical category or core meaning. For example, talk becomes talks, talked, talking. In English and most languages, the derivational process occurs before inflectional. So I think that's all the time I have for this video. Sorry for any inconvenience. Thank you for your time, Miss. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.